I write wicked calligraphy with this pen dipped in human blood. This is my ministry, misery's what I'm puking up. Upon these pages the sickness slithers, and I hear the whispers from the oculus, and appears the killers right out the mirror. It's the Cenobites dragging the chain with me.
What's up everybody, it's Poppy Swag with Interview Under Fire. We're at Ratfest 3. Today we're with Insane Poetry and JP the Hustler, together known as Team Guillotine. How you guys doing tonight?
Good, good. We just rocked about an hour ago, and we're feeling good, man. It's been a good show. We've been here since about 3 o'clock. The show's still going. Mayday comes on later on, so you know we're just here partying and hanging out, having a good time. You know?
Sweet, sweet. All right, you guys just got off the tour, the Team Guillotine tour. How did that go?
It was a great promo tour. It was just a mini run, many dates, but each day was really cool. The actual how people vibed off the record was really that's our main thing, because we've been doing this for quite a while. So it's like for us to, you know, be in different pockets of the music game and then come back together and then just say, hey, we're gonna put a record together. We put a record together, and it sounded like that. These were the perfect test subjects to give us really feedback on it.
Kind of the cool thing, we did a little mini run in September of last year. That's actually where the idea of actually coming together and doing the Team Guillotine record came about. We were just doing a short run. We both had lulls and schedules. We're like, hey, let's do just a couple shows in some surrounding states and do some stuff. And I had an instrumental, you know, in those long car rides when you're doing shows, you listen to music, you talk about ideas, you know, you kind of brainstorm on things. And so it started from the Paint It Red song. I had the beat, and actually I had sent the track to Scum first, and Scum had wrote a hook for it, and it was originally just gonna be a me and Scum collab for a solo record for me. And then he heard it, he goes, man, this is dope, you know, I would love to get on it. And then I was like, well, you know, it'd be a dope single if it was all three of us, you know, dropping this. And then it kind of, from that little mini run in September, that song kind of grew into let's do a whole project together. And those couple dates that we hit in September, it was for me like the first time I had hit some of those places like Wichita, Kansas. And you know, when we did the show last time, there wasn't that many people there, but we kind of created an energy just being there that first time. So when we went on the road for this little promo run, what we call Leg 1, because we are doing Leg 2 later in the year. But when we did this promo run, it was, we hit some cities we had hit before. So even though we did some shows on like a Monday and a Wednesday, we actually had people in the building who were like excited for the project.
It was great.
But the best part was after we performed the set, we got a lot of love on the songs. Like people really dug the music, and that was really kind of the goal, was to see how are people gonna dig this, because you know he's been a legend in the game for a long time. He's one of the pioneers of horrorcore. You know, I've been doing stuff for a long time, but I had hooked up with him in 2001. We had started GRE together and did music together for a long time, and then he had an opportunity to go to LSP in 2010. And at that point, we still worked together periodically, but still he was doing more of his solo thing, and I was kind of doing my own solo thing and pushing the GRE label and all that kind of stuff. So it was interesting when we came back together to work on this record, how people were going to vibe off of it. You know, if people were even going to remember that we ever even did stuff together, because it had been a while. And there are people who are like, we're excited to see us do work together. There's other people that had no fucking clue we ever had a history together. And for them, it was the first time they've heard us do anything. So overall, the tour was good. We moved a good amount of merch. We got a lot of love. For a short run, I think it was positive. I mean, what do you think?
Definitely was positive. Definitely was positive. Shout out to all the promoters in the city. Shout out to my man Frodo in St. Lou.
Right.
You know, Razor in Round Lake, Illinois.
Austin,
Dominic.
Nairo, who was on the tour and also picked it up in Fort Worth.
So, you know, definitely we feel the energy from just that little bit. Right. So there, plus online is really giving us the props on that album. So a lot of fun. I don't care what coast I'm there. I got people everywhere, and they're telling. We can tell by the streams. And
right. I mean, the great thing about technology now is you can actually check up on your streams. You can check, you know, you don't have to wait on a record label to report numbers to you 6 months later. Like you can actually go on Spotify, you can go on the different services, and I can see what my streaming was a day ago or 2 days ago up to that point and know, hey, are people jiving on this? Is this doing well? So that's been a big plus because we are able to see the songs that are doing well and the ones that maybe not so much, but overall as a record, people are feeling it, people are streaming it, people are buying it.
Right.
Hey, it's very few that, I mean, like, I make music, we're consistently making music, so it's hard to listen to an album of anybody's more than once for me.
Right.
I've listened to our album pretty much daily, twice a day, which is rare for me. Very rare for me to do that. And I'm not trying to say that's some self-absorbed shit. I know me, and I don't listen to a lot of shit. I listen to a lot of different hard-bodied music, and it's like, for me to listen to our shit like that let me know we really created something. I'm like, damn, that's dope. I really enjoyed listening to this over.
And it was organic because we didn't like set out to be like, okay, we need to make one horror, like 3 horrorcore songs. We got to make a party song. We didn't like make a formula of how to make the record. We just organically, like, I did all the production on it, and I had a series of instrumentals, and I let. First, a lot of them I let him be like, I like that one, I like that one, I like that. And he took a group of them and kind of formulated songs. Now I had other ones that I was like, I felt, and I kind of did hooks on them, or I said, hey, what do you think about this idea? What do you think about this song? And so out of that, it just kind of organically happened. And, we criticized each other as far as we like this, we don't like this. And we didn't try to force the issue. It wasn't like we have to make this a horrorcore album, or we have to make this a hip hop album, or we have to make. That
was the exact thing we weren't trying to do, is make it all to the left. I got a triple MFD record with Scum. That's to the left, Why would I want to do the same?
Their group is freaking horrorcore. I mean, that is horrorcore.
We're taking it there. But we wanted with the Team Guillotine to be more of a chopping the MCs. It's just if you're not even MC now, because I don't even look at it as like what we consider, should you be rapping?
Right.
Those type of rappers.
It's really kind of a battle rap record with dark imagery as metaphor. Like if you actually listen to the songs where we're talking like chopping their heads, really I'm talking about artists that defile this art form of hip hop. We're talking about chopping their heads metaphorically, like we're here to shut that shit down. But we use the dark imagery because it's we think it's an entertaining and clever way to kind of say what we need to say. Right.
Well, that's cool. All right, question for you. So horrorcore, we can all admit it. It's not the likable or the most popular or even close to it genre.
Right.
Yet you have a big passion in it. What motivates you to stick with it?
Well, I'm gonna be super honest with you. Shout out to the Flatliners for one, because they're really the reason horrorcore even exists. The term was coined by them. I personally always give them shouts for that, because I believe that's if you don't educate people, they'll go around thinking the wrong shit. And I existed before horrorcore was termed.
Right.
So I don't really I didn't really start getting into saying, hey, I'm horrorcore until that's where they put me. But really, if you do the history of my music, it's wide range. I'm from the West Coast. A lot of my shit is gangster shit, street shit.
Yeah.
There's a pocket of time where that's what it was. That's where I was at, and that type of energy I wrote with. Leaving that though, but I had been doing stuff with a dude way back in the past named Rodney Ojo Cooley. They were doing party music, and I was able to
on the radio.
On the radio, yes,
sweet,
yeah. And I was able to craft some lyrics for them, and they invited me onto a song called "Get Ready to Roll." That shit hit major radio stations all over the box. What at that time was our video channel called The Box, man. We did Summer Jam, 20,000 people knowing this song.
Yeah.
It was surreal for me to be out watching 20,000 people know my fucking song because it's played on the radio all the time.
Right.
That's fucking mind blowing for me at that time.
Yeah.
But those are good memories and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool.
But like I'm saying, I'm not just strictly horrorcore, but I embrace it right now, you know, because my mind, I write on, the energy I used to get off as anger back in the day now is so channeled. I'm an author. I see it from that energy's thing, and that's what I write, and I'm able to let that go on to those records or whatnot. So it's easy. It's like fun to me, you know. Yeah. I get into that character.
Yeah. All right. So, Insane Poetry. That originally it was a group, correct?
Yeah.
It was a group, and you were Psycho.
Yeah.
Have you just adopted the name Insane Poetry, or are you still Psycho?
I am Insane.
Okay.
Poetry. I mean, the name was given to me by a person.
Okay.
Who gave it to me. I just brought 2 other members.
Okay.
So basically, at the beginning, his name is General Jeff, a person that was, shout out to you, General Jeff. He does a lot of work in LA with Skid Row, so I gotta give him a shout out. He's out there really doing the real deal. But he said, man, your poetry, bro, because I was going by a totally different name at the time. He said, man, your poetry is insane, man. You should go, you call yourself Insane Poetry. I remember him pulling me to the side to say that. And I'm like, that shit's dope. And I stuck with it from there.
If I can use an analogy on it, and this is what I've told people, because I've actually been asked this, because when we were working together, I was like a producer for Insane Poetry. I was part of Insane Poetry. People like, weren't you part of Insane Poetry? Or were you just a producer for Insane Poetry? And I said, I'm gonna explain it like this for all you old school heads out there. KRS-One and Boogie Down Productions. Boogie Down Productions was whoever KRS-One was working with at that particular time. It was Scott Rock in the beginning. Then it was D-Nice out of the East Coast, not Sydney, D-Nice. And other people, and he had different people in Boogie Down Productions at different times. It was really whoever he was working with at the time, that was Boogie Down Productions. I look at it the same way as Insane Poetry. Whoever he's working with at that time and is on that record that says Insane Poetry, that's what Insane Poetry is. But there is no Insane Poetry if he's not part of it. That's how I look at it. So like, I was part of Insane Poetry during 2 records, Faith in Chaos and Falling from Grace. But really, it's whoever he's fucking with at the time, that is what Insane Poetry is. But he himself right now for the last 8 years have been Insane Poetry by himself, just solo.
Yeah, and you know that when you look back in time, everybody takes path. Everybody take paths. You hope that you take the path you take takes you to where you can say you've branded yourself, and the people that were in at those times have created their own energy too, their own lane also. This is what happened with me and him. He was able to create his own thing. You know the stigma to try to come up behind somebody Insane Poetry and everything, and even if he's with me, they're looking at me regardless. So how does he get his own shine? I had to go through what he had to go through with Rodney and Joe Cooley.
Right.
It's the realest shit ever. These dudes are playing a lot of big shit, and I was invited on their shit to rock with them, but they knew them. They didn't know who the fuck I was. You know, that's why every time I got a chance to grab the mic, I'd kill it, but I couldn't kill it too much because if you overshadow, they're gonna cut your lifeline right off the bat. So I had to mold in, and it was really because I helped create their music, not the music, but the lyrics to a lot of their lyrics. So it was a collaborative thing, but I did a lot of writing for them. So it was easy not to overstep that boundary because they invited me to rock with them anyway.
Right.
But it allowed me to build my performance side of my shit. So my performance thing was good because of it. That shit going hard out there.
Shit, close to the door. Anyways, so Ratfest.
Yes.
How has it been tonight?
It's been good. You know, I'm actually, happy I got to actually be able to come and play. First of all, me and JP came through here with the Path of Destruction thing, and we got to do a couple of songs with Scott, but to do our own thing was a whole big, so that was already a plus right there. We got merch up, people like the merch, so that's cool. The artist that's playing, I like the artist, especially like the band Big.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I let him do some sick game, no doubt about it. My brother Class, shout out to my brother Class, LSP. Shout out to my bros out there for sure. We out here in Dallas on an interview out of fire. So,
Shout out to the Godfather.
yes, sir.
You know,
Put it all together. You know, a lot of people don't give that man the credit, man. It's like, you know, we're pretty much veterans to a certain degree. The Bulldogs, they just got here. We're veterans to a certain degree, and we just watch. You know, I look at things back in the day. You know, I used to drink heavily, so you drink heavily, you let shit go. You see shit, you don't really see shit. Now we're just like, okay, that's something we should do, or I'm not doing that.
Right.
Or hell yeah, that's a smart move right there. We're just about it.
But the fest itself, it's fun. I mean, there's good food, a lot of artists, a lot of artists that we rocked with on other shows. Some new artists that I haven't rocked with before.
Sure.
Other people making moves.
Shout out to I Know Caprice. That's
Oh yeah, I know Caprice. We've seen him on a few shows.
I didn't get to shout him out on the stage.
He's a good dude. He's a real good dude. Every time I see him at the show, he puts a smile on my face because you can tell he does it because he loves it.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, he's a good dude. Same thing, Jay Era. You know, she's doing her hustle and
Shout out to Jay Era. She's on the album.
yeah, she's on the album. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun to come out and do stuff like this and be able to network and talk to different artists and really see a showcase of different people doing their thing.
I've been wanting to get on your interview show for a while too. Right?
Yeah.
You know, I don't like
I'm trying to eat the hot wings though.
He's down.
I'm trying to get down on the hot wings.
He's down.
We've actually been trying to get him for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Shit just
No pun intended.
hasn't worked out, you know.
Right.
No,
But anyways, before I close, man, I just wanted to let you guys know that I attended this last gathering, and your guys' set, just the LSP set in general, was mind-blowing. It was insane, you know, and I was so impressed. I mean, like, I'm always impressed with an LSP show.
Right.
Like, we rock LSP, you know, till the day we die.
Right.
But this show had me just like jaw dropped, and then I saw the crowd, and the crowd was just drawn in, and I just wanted to compliment you guys on that. It was a bomb performance. It was awesome. So
it was one of those things where technology could not say, hey, you want to sit in front of the TV or you want to go watch a major
Right,
concert.
watching it in video it doesn't do it justice, and I mean, it really did. Being on the stage, I mean, every single one of us had a nervousness, but there was also an electricity in the air. There was an excitement. There was an anxiety, but an excitement at the same time. And we felt it, there was a camaraderie that we all felt at that point, and we felt a connection with the audience. Yeah, it was a synergy. It was really good, and we felt, and we, you know, I mean, we wanted to do the best job we could possibly do, you know, because it is main stage of the gathering, and that, you know, not everyone gets invited to do that, you know. So definitely, I mean, shout out to Psychopathic and ICP for allowing LSP to do that. I mean, that's big. So, I mean, we didn't take it lightly. It wasn't like we were just gonna show up and perform. Like we actually planned out, you know, as best we could to be able to do a really solid performance. And once again, shout out to Scum, because he, you know, he's the brainchild behind, you know, kind of making this snuff superset happen, and so it felt good.
yeah, well, I mean, in my opinion, no offense to anybody that was at the gathering,
right?
It was an awesome gathering,
right,
regardless of the location,
right,
whatever people think. But this last past gathering, for me, it was an LSP gathering. Like, it was.
I would tend to go that route.
Yeah,
I would tend to go that route. I mean, I've been to enough gatherings, and you know, there was a decline in people there. I get all that, but it was a lot of love in the building. LSP, we even touched down. It was like that. I from the moment I started walking around, it was all love for 4 days. No question.
And after the performance, we definitely were getting people who were showing.
And I hope you know, the guys behind it, the guys in the paint, the ICP, I hope that they seen that, they noticed it, because man, I would love to see you guys again.
You know, I think they did. You know, and shout out to, you know, Jump Steady. He orchestrates a lot of that stuff like that. If it's meant for us to, you know, be at the gathering this year, we'll be there.
You know, I mean, there's business things. I mean, they also have to cycle acts. You can't have the same thing every year, and we understand that. So it's like, you know, even if we don't rock that way this year, you know, there's probably a good chance the next year we will. You know what I mean? And so,
although our fans would want to.
Yeah, our fans, and we want to be there. I mean, we would like to be there.
Before Tech dropped off the gatherings, he was there every year.
Right.
And I believe everybody jammed Tech's set just as much. Now, I know for a fact I would, but regardless, it was a great set, and I just wanted to let you guys know.
You know what? When we knew it was a good set, I mean, we knew feeling it was a good set, but the guys, the handlers that was handling the stage prior to this going on were assholes. After we got done, they were shaking our hands saying, "Oh man, you guys did a great job." Like, they were impressed. As a matter of fact, we made it. I think I recognized him, made it. Had shouted me out. He's like, "Bro, you killed. I love your voice."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, yeah." You know, so you're always paying attention to what the fuck we was doing. That's what I'm saying.
Because that's the thing you always worry about as a performer, and I'm sure you've gone through this as well. You know, we could rock what we believe is an awesome set, but if no one's paying attention, you know, it is kind of a letdown. But at the same time, we'll rock for 1, 100, 1,000, 10,000. It doesn't matter. We're gonna do the same show no matter what, because we're not gonna shortchange ourselves, and we're not going to shortchange anyone in attendance. So even if only 5 people were in the building, you're still going to rock the same show. And if we got 3,000 kids at the gathering in front of the stage watching us, then all the better. We're going to feed off that energy. But I mean, I think that's the biggest thing for us is giving it our all, and our people going to appreciate what we do. So I mean, that makes us feel really good when people acknowledge that.
Alright, well guys, I appreciate you guys doing this interview. I'm not going to take up any more of y'all's time, but this is Ratfest 3, Interview Under Fire, Team Guillotine. Check them out. Keep it burning, baby.
That's right. Bells up.
You used to call me on my. You used to.